Well, hello there, Aquarius. How are you? It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Mary Sue, and today we are doing your mid-February reading. So this is good from now until about mid-March. So let's dive into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. Oh my gosh, in essence, look at that beautiful energy. Koi spirit, just an energy of new beginnings, of going in a new way, of allowing yourself to know that the worst is behind you, right? It's kind of like, yeah, and I feel like you've had some difficulty, people perhaps betraying you, an energy of feeling as though there, and I do feel like it may have been in a connection, okay? But there's this sense of understanding that is over. Okay, it is time for a new beginning for yourself, and not to allow something that occurred in the past to hold you back from this beautiful success that you have in the future. You have the door to personal healing and happiness here too. So whatever was disappointing in the past, whatever this energy is, okay, it's allowing yourself to say, you know what? I have to let go of that. I have to shed that part of who I was at one time, or what the story of that disappointment. Yes, because you're going in a beautiful way. So think about it as the cocoon. You know, you have to shed, you had to grow through the larvae stage, the caterpillar stage. You had to go through a transformation because you have that energy, and this is the transformation card. But now you're on the other side. It's about not living your life as a butterfly the way that you lived your life as a caterpillar. And sometimes that's really hard for us to kind of wrap our minds around because those experiences are part of why you are the person that you are at this time, but also understanding that is a former version of yourself. And so to be the true butterfly, you have to give up the mindset of being a caterpillar. Think of a caterpillar just walks around all day eating as much green leaves as he possibly can, right? You're the butterfly now. You get to sip the nectar of the flowers. You don't eat the leaves anymore, right? You get to fly around, and you're not just crawling around on the plants. There's this energy of understanding that living that part, or keeping that story alive within you, is holding you back from the Empress and the success, right? It's kind of like, and I know, because I'm kind of, this is after you've gone through a tower and you've healed from the tower moment, but there could be people in your life that are reminding you of what occurred in the past, right? Or there could be just mindsets or behaviors that you have that are reminiscent of your caterpillar life. This is you saying, I'm no longer a caterpillar. So anything that belongs to the caterpillar part of you, the mindset, the belief systems, right? It's time to allow yourself to let go of those, because you do have carrying connections, long-term committed connections that want to be part of your life. The problem is that it's hard to bring these new connections, these new commitments in when you're still telling yourself the old story, or you're looking at new people that are coming onto your path, but looking for the red flags of people in the past, right? It's kind of like you don't want to repeat a pattern, but by focusing on an old pattern, you're actually going to attract in people that fit that old pattern. And this is the energy of recognizing, no, you're a butterfly. You've ascended. You're so much of a higher version of yourself than you were before. So it's kind of like allowing yourself. There is a sense here of using your intuition. Yeah, so you have the first chakra, root chakra, safety and security. And you have the energy of travel and the Eight of Wands. It could be an energy of moving, of understanding, especially if you're living in a community where everybody knew you as the older version. Okay, so perhaps you were married, okay, and so everybody, and then you went through a difficult divorce, okay, and now you're on the other side of the divorce, but everybody in your life is still part of your caterpillar time when you were married, right? And it's kind of like that's kind of like the connection maybe that you have, and either they or when you're with them, you feel like you revert back to your caterpillar days, right? Or to the story of the tower. This is the energy of, I'm leaving that behind. I'm a butterfly. I'm not telling that story anymore. I'm not allowing myself to harbor those feelings anymore. I've let them go. Look, his arms are out to the side. They're gone. I'm letting those go and starting this new chapter. For some of you, you may find that it's easier to move to a new location where maybe people don't know about what has occurred, so that you can get a fresh start. If nothing else, it's about allowing yourself to open up to new connections, people that aren't going to constantly remind you perhaps of something that was painful in the past. This is also a little bit of the root chakra, understanding that you may feel tied to these people. They could be family members or friends that have been in your life for a very long time, and you feel kind of tied to them, like they're home. But this is the energy of, it's time to leave home. Think of this as the caterpillar's cocoon, right? It's time to leave the cocoon. It's almost like time to broaden your wings. It's time to fly. It's time to say, look, they're showing me the dove here, right? In the personal healing and happiness. It's time to go find your happiness. And the way to find your happiness is to allow yourself to release, right, from that caterpillar stage, to release from the cocoon. You've already done the healing. This is time to start enjoying life again. And one of the ways to do that is to allow yourself to move out of your comfort zone, right? And move into new people, new connections, new activities, perhaps even a new home. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me, because when I got divorced 7 years ago, and then I bought a house after that because I had to find a place to live. I bought a house, and then I was there for a while, and I finally just said, I have to move out of this house. And somebody said to me, of course, that's your divorce house, right? And I didn't really get it until they said that, but it was true. Like every time I was in that house, I was like, well, this is the house that I had to buy because I got divorced, right? And it's kind of like allowing yourself to say, I need a fresh start. You want a fresh start. And the best way to get a fresh start is to really release anything that is from the caterpillar, or even the cocoon stage, but definitely the caterpillar. All right, let's pull the soul truth card for you, Aquarius. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up to my life? Yes. Now, I'm going to say, I think that there are some people in your life or mindsets that you maybe are still holding on to that are draining your energy because they remind you of the caterpillar time. Okay, so when you allow yourself to distance yourself from them, you're going to believe me, you will have more energy. You will have more energy, because I feel like there's something here that is really draining you. It's time to allow yourself to say, I'm ready to fly, right? And maybe for some of you, you could have gone through some traumatic event in your life. You may have even moved back home or to your hometown or something like that. Sometimes we do that to really reroute. That's not a bad thing, right? You're around people that love you or are going to support or nurture you during a difficult time. You've healed. You're no longer even in the cocoon. You are the butterfly. So it's time to allow yourself to fly. It's time to go in a new direction and to embrace that, because it is going to bring you so much happiness and joy. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.